YouTube above average Cody here, coming at you with some more viewer VOD review, everyone's favorite series, where we go through some viewer gameplay and not only give them tips to improve in the Halo Infinite ranked arena, but also give you guys tips to improve your own gameplay. And I feel like I should start numbering these episodes because we have literally done so many at this point, but I can't be troubled to go back and count. But if somebody does, you are a legend. Today we have some Streets Oddball gameplay for the homie Coded FPS here, guys. I'm not sure what rank. I watched through a little bit of it, and if you made me guess, I'd guess mid to high platinum. Let me know, Coded, down in the comments if I am correct with that or not. But it seems like Streets Oddball is everybody's kryptonite because I struggle with it. I understand the gameplay, but I do struggle, and I feel like we're doing more Streets Oddball than anything else here on the channel. So it's going to be really interesting to go through this one and see where you are struggling, Coded. So let's dive right into the beginning here. Hey guys, Future Cody here. So this VOD review is going to be a little bit unique in terms of how it's orchestrated. I'm going to do a lot of kind of bouncing around and skipping because I actually recorded this really late at night, and I went a little rambly at times because it's late, I'm tired, it's like 90 degrees in here. So if it seems like there's like chunks of the game missing, that may be the case, but I'm trying to keep it as watchable as possible, but also going to like the main coaching points, I guess, that I go over that are really helpful. And there's points in the gameplay where I kind of coach the same thing multiple times as it comes up. So if that happens, I kind of cut it out, and I'm trying to keep it as watchable for you guys. So just a heads up before you guys get too deep into the video, but thank you guys for watching. This is recorded through theater mode, and I will say the only issue with a VOD review through theater mode is the kill feed is not here. So I will say at the top, always pay attention to your kill feed. You can even pull up the scoreboard to see how many people are dead from each team if it is grayed out and everything of the sort. So I won't really have that to go off of. So we'll have to do some extra paying attention on just where teammates are or where the enemies are and things like that. So here we go off the start. You were a little confused there, but you choose to go up and grab the battle rifle. I like that. Eat up your weapons off the start and kind of move with a purpose at your opening strat, no matter what you like to do. So you're going over here towards Bulldog with your teammate. You have one teammate that is absolutely just flying down mid-map, but it seems like somebody's pinging up, and you have somebody maybe chilling back A. So this is an all right setup here. Your teammate probably has the Bulldog, and the enemy actually grabs the oddball, and you immediately meet him with a melee here. So you definitely took way more damage than I think you probably planned on. He might have surprised you with that melee there. But to be honest with you, right when you see him pick up the ball, I'm probably just going to back up and put some shots into him because either A, he has to drop the ball and fight you, or B, he has to drop back into there, and frankly, you have all the help in the world in this area, so he's really not going to go anywhere with this oddball, and you definitely have the BR, so it's like, it's really not hard to back up and just sink some damage in this fella, but I think you were just excited, and you kind of just flew in, you know, it's the start of the match, I'm going to go put in whatever damage I can. But one thing I've been telling myself whenever I play, and something I encourage everybody else to kind of tell themselves, especially if you're in like the platinum, even the gold, or the diamond range, off the start of the game, no dumb deaths. No dumb deaths, because I find my shortest life and my dumbest death is always the first one of the game. So I always try to focus, like going towards a power weapon or a power up, and just do not die in a stupid way, which frankly, that was a stupid way to die. So just something to think about here. So you spawn up PD, so the spawns have not yet flipped. We have camo coming up here in 5 seconds, and you still have a teammate or two scrapping it out over here, over by the oddball, right? So, no real score on the board yet. You always want to take in all of this information before you make a move here. So let's see. You choose to run straight at it. You look over at camo, and you find one in your vision, and you kind of just get gunned there, which is really unfortunate. So I'd like to see you kind of hug this pillar a little bit more. I'm not necessarily opposed to moving right out towards mid here because, again, you see teammates fighting. You definitely want to get over to them and help. And most importantly, you have camo coming up. So if you are going to take this Chow, I definitely think you should be using this pillar a little bit better because you're very much just out in the open. Like, and the amount of damage he's putting on you very, very quickly, and with a teammate having just died here, you very much need to preserve your life because, again, even if you don't get this camo grab, you kind of want to get a rough idea of where it's headed so that you can kind of communicate that to your teammates, etc. Now, what I probably would have done in this situation is I would have gone up to Tires area. With most of the fights going on over here, my hope would be that maybe they didn't move left, or if anything, they grabbed that stalker and then kind of cycled back towards the oddball. And off spawn here with 6 seconds. Sorry, the quality's not perfect here. You definitely had enough time to go up to Tires and get a vantage point. You might have even surprised whoever was setting up for this camo grab, because again, your teammate died here relatively early before you even engage in this gunfight, so you didn't really have to rush this way, and that's just kind of probably how I would have moved. But again, it's kind of not necessarily making the exact right answer because there's never a clear right answer, but there's a lot of wrong answers here. But again, just take in all of the information that you get off spawn and then make a move, because here you kind of just beeline right towards the action, and then you get done up pretty quickly here, and now you guys have wicked like staggered spawn timings, and it's not going to get you much ball time, and it's definitely not going to get you that camo. So you guys are now 4 up, all right? The first time since the start of the game, you guys are 4 up here. The ball is right in front of y'all, but you know it's going to be scrappy here. So again, let's see. You know they probably have camo too, so you have to be very, very careful of that. And that grenade there, I'm not sure what you were hoping to do there. It's almost like you didn't mean to press the grenade button. But again, cherish those grenades. Be sure to use them. I'd maybe throw one over here back A, because the way this wall is slanted, you can see this fella here that your teammate's fighting is actually about to back out. So if you get a good grenade off this back wall, you can maybe ricochet it over and kill him before he's able to get away. Instead, you kind of just turn and throw it right where your teammate's going. Pretty unfortunate there. Like I said, I think that might have been an accident. But you choose to move and focus oddball here. You're met with an enemy. You put a good grenade there. And of course, again, there is camo here. So I'm never thinking oddball unless we get 1 or 2 kills here, right? You definitely want the kill advantage, or in the very least the map control, before you even think about going towards that oddball. So in this situation, so you guys have this PD spawn. The game spawned you here. You know you're safe. You have a teammate to your left here. He might jump Tires. He might chow mid. Whatever. Let him do whatever. I'm probably moving back A. Again, with my thought process on throwing grenade back here, I'm probably moving back A to ensure that me and my teammates get this kill here. Because if I choose to dive into the open space, I could get caught in a pinch that only kills me. You know what I mean? And then I leave my teammates in a 4v3 here. I'm leaving this fella solo here to go get this kill back A. And it's just not a high percentage play. Again, in this situation, this is probably the clear wrong answer, because the biggest thing is camo. If you move this way and you help your teammate get the kill on this fella, there's a good chance that you're going to force camo to potentially engage with you, especially if you get that kill first, because they're going to be down in numbers. Instead, by you moving out here, although you get a good kill on that oddball, camo completely catches you off guard, destroys you, and now these two both have their back to that camo fella, and now your team is instantly in the severe disadvantage just being that this player here has camo. So in my opinion, the sequence, the higher percentage play is kind of securing your back to the wall here. By moving this way and securing this kill, you're making sure nothing's kind of getting behind you here, and there's definitely not a dumb death, because think about it, if you go and help your teammate kill this enemy right here, which again, your teammate could have killed him even. I can't really tell here because there's no kill feed. If you move back here, even if you help him secure the kill or he gets the kill, you're very much keeping your backs against the wall here, and then you can go and collapse on this oddball. Instead, by you moving out and dying, you kind of keep things status quo here, and your team doesn't really get the upper hand. And I feel like they might go on to win these gunfights, but very much I'm focusing on your POV, and you haven't really done much so far this game to value your life. You're kind of making those, like, run out in the open, I'm going to go get the kill. If I get it, cool. If not, I'm dead type of decisions. And you really don't want those dumb deaths, not just because they look bad on the scoreboard and they kind of hurt you in-game, but they very much hurt your team. So, spawns have now flipped, right? We have what? We have one teammate that just died here. You have two teammates up and one fella grabbing the oddball. So chances are really good that the oddball is not safe here. So I think the play is probably to get to that oddball relatively quickly, but if you see these two teammates die quickly, then it might be a lost cause, and you very much just want to regroup and get 4 up, because again, it's not panic time. It's 4 to 5. It's still very early in the game here. So they're panicking, getting the oddball over to you. So again, it is not safe over there. So they're likely chucking the oddball back towards you so that they can hopefully fight and get some of these kills, and you actually choose to pick up that oddball thrown to you. And I'll be honest with you right here, Coded, you're jumping like a jackrabbit right out in the open. So I'm probably helping them secure these kills, right? I can keep the oddball near me and just gain control over it. Just because it's on my side of the map doesn't necessarily mean I have to pick it up. Maybe to stop it from resetting, but I don't need to just pick it up right here. So that's probably my thought process. I'm going to try to secure a kill or two, see if they get a kill or two, and then I'm going to pick up the oddball, back up Subway, and try to spawn them out PD and up by Arcade and things like that. But however you choose to pick up the oddball, not necessarily a bad decision. Again, I can't see the kill feed. They may be getting kills over here. However, when you grab this ball, the pillar is going to block the shots for a split second, right? You can easily just turn the corner here and get in this nook and maybe get your shields back, or in the very least get a few more seconds of ball time. Instead, you choose to just leave the angle open, and you're just jumping around. Do not jump. Do not just jump. You're just a sitting duck here if you are just jumping around. And most importantly, and the reason why I said I wouldn't have picked up the oddball, is you now drop that oddball alone in Subway where the enemy team can come pick it up and potentially get some pretty big ball time here. So you actually end up spawning back A. You have two teammates in the respawn screen. And once again, you guys are not 4 up here. So you choose to just start sprinting and you move towards your teammate. Frankly, I'd like to see you wait and get four teammates up here and then make a good push. Grav is clearly ready to go, so he's going to be flying in there. But he does pick up a kill there, so I think you kind of have to fly in and get that kill, but you guys also have to try to live up as long as you can so your other two teammates can try to get over here and help. You choose to run up top. You don't... Okay, you do grab the BR, and then you just fly out. You're putting in shots here. Now you're running up B steps trying to get over the oddball. And you throw a grenade right at your teammates here. So the best way I can describe this sequence here is you are playing right now like you are the only player on the map. You have no regard for human life here on your team, right? So you come up here and you kind of just push out Balk. So your teammate is very clearly going Balk as well. I'm just interested to know why you don't take the wide angle here and just go right into back tram here and get the angle in on here. Your teammate maybe took damage here, right? He gets the kill assist. Okay. He's likely not full health, which is possibly why he chooses not to push that back angle. So you are full health. So when you see your teammate coming up back towards balcony, I'd kind of like to see you just push that other angle. Instead, you guys are both taking the same angle, right? He shoots you in the back. You throw a grenade, and then you just fly out, right? You put some shots in here, and now you're running, and you actually had a teammate up on B as well because I think your teammate's got the PD arcade spawn, which is great. And then another bag grenade. So that's the second bag grenade you're just throwing at your teammates here. I just don't think you're thinking about your teammates. So the biggest thing I'm going to tell you right now, always, always, always look at where your teammates are. Let your teammates dictate where you are going to move, be it taking a different angle, be it pushing all the same angle, and more importantly, let it dictate where you should not be throwing your grenades. You guys have the oddball now, so you kind of want to get a setup, but you also want to try to get eyes on that camo, and you guys are in a really weird spot to do either of those things, because this isn't necessarily where you want to set up for the oddball. I'd like to see you and the oddball maybe move towards Tram here, but with camo up in 3 seconds, you might just have to fly towards Tyre's direction. So it's really hard to get a setup. I think I'd like to see you all just kind of move towards that camo. You can see here, so you grab that stalker, right? Your teammates move out towards PD and A area relatively early, so it's safe to assume most of the action is over here. I'd really want to assume that they got that pink spawn. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, they're over on pink, and you actually see a ping come up over by ATM area here, right? And right when you take this damage from top C Balk, you know that they're on the side of the map, right? There's a very strong chance they're going to push up driveway. So if I'm in this situation, we lost camo, we have the oddball here, and I have a teammate to my right over on A, you need to be moving towards this red room, right? Not necessarily to get into a 1v1, but you want to meet those enemies before they get to just walk up and put free shots in you. Instead, you kind of choose to tunnel vision towards here, and then you just get shot in the side. Because, again, if you would have met this guy, he wouldn't have been ready. You have the stalker rifle. You've got a good shot to put in some serious damage. Jiggle peek a wall here, and then you're able to slow this guy down enough so that your teammates can put in the damage to hopefully finish that kill. And in a perfect world, you all live up. Instead, you let this guy just walk right up and just get a free kill on you. So you always have to be thinking about where the enemies are at, again, by way of your teammates. So although you made the right decision to move towards your teammates here, you also need to use your teammates and your positioning on the map to dictate where the enemies are likely coming from. Because the sooner you can know where the enemies are going to be coming from, the sooner you can react to it and hopefully catch the enemy off guard. Instead, you're the one here getting caught off guard, and it obviously leads to a not very favorable outcome. You die, and your teammate dies, and now they have the stalker rifle, they have camo, and they have the oddball. You guys literally just gave up pretty much everything. And I mean, they didn't see the stalker rifle, but your entire team is dead here, right? So you are last up here with the oddball in PD. I'm trying to chill cafeteria, maybe move up to A here, and I'm trying to just chill and wait for the teammates to come help me here. So you make a good job to slow down a little bit. Your teammate's going in. I'm rushing in to help him right now. He's going back A. I'm getting back A and helping him. Oh, and you choose to hold the corner. So do not. So the idea in every gunfight here, if I see my teammate fighting, I am getting out there either challenging the same angle or getting in front of him to take some bullets, or I am going top A to take a completely different angle and hoping that he backs out of the fight. Trying to get that kill, but more importantly, ensure that we both live up here, right? Again, you just watched all of your team die here. It's you and Grav alone, and Grav's been pushing pretty heavily here. So, frankly, if he's taking that gunfight, you got to try to do what you can to help. I'm not saying throw your body out there and just die, but you have to do something here to try to help your teammate and put in some damage. Instead, you literally just sit here. I think you were hoping that he was pushing up for a melee or something. Regardless, you're definitely baiting him here, which isn't necessarily bad. You guys could have baited and switched, but instead, that extra second you took to get over here, you kind of just wait. You kind of just let him die there. If you would have just kept moving through the fight, you may have been able to kind of bait it and switched at the same time, and there's a chance that you both would have lived up. You take some damage. You're kind of just chilling. And see, like, I understand getting your shields back. It's very intelligent to get your shields back, to wait, to obviously live up. But you don't even know if there's, like, any heat here, right? You can jiggle peek this or something and just get some information. I never want to regen my shields where I'm getting zero information, right? The only information you could possibly get here is if somebody comes out to kill you, and by then you're probably already dead if somebody does come out to kill you. So you just cleared this area out. Chances are good that they're going to be spawning PD because you guys are moved up to that front subway, so they are going to be spawning behind you, right? So I want to move in and clear out C as quickly as possible to be ready for those spawners that are going to be coming from behind me. Because, again, you guys have 3 people on this side of the map, which means the people that are in the respawn screen for the enemy are going to be spawning on the other side of the map. That's just generally how it works here, right? So I'm choosing to get down here and clear it out as quickly as possible. And although you repulse up, you don't continue to go back and, like, fight through. Even though my teammate dies on the oddball, I think I might be okay with that. But, and again, I don't know how he died. If he died to a grenade, I'd probably be a little less worried. But you go, oh, crap, I need to get back. You fly out because he's dead. There's nobody here. And then you choose to sit in a corner, and now you don't know where the enemy's coming from, right? You kind of just put yourself into a pinch because not only did you not clear out C, but you know the action's coming from B. They have to be coming from that way. So now you're just sitting here looking both directions. You don't know where they're coming from, and you're kind of just waiting for something to happen. And sure enough, the grenades come in. You're still waiting. You're still waiting. And here they come. They came from both directions. So you kind of, although it felt like you made the wrong decision, you have to commit one way or the other. Either stay down there and fight for that oddball or go and clear out C. You can't really just be like, because, again, now you're just reacting to what the enemy's doing, and you end up in situations like these. Do whatever you have to do to keep the enemy in front of you. Always anticipate where the enemy is coming from or where the enemies are. You very much had all of the info. You kind of just had to pick which way you want to go with it. I know they're spawning behind me, but I know there's at least one enemy in front of me in C, so you either have to kind of pick to clear out A or C. I don't know why I keep calling it A. Either clear out C or choose to fight those spawners. No enemies here. You should be picking up the oddball here. Okay, you go to get the oddball. So I like the play to pick up the oddball. Fantastic. Get some ball time here. But you need to, A, be in a spot where you can play the oddball, right? You know the enemy's not 4 dead, so it is not completely safe. You have to be in an area where you can play the oddball. And second, the only thing better than an area to play the oddball is an area where you can get information with the oddball. You are getting neither of those things here, right? Again, while your teammates are up here, nobody's going to spawn Red Room or anything. You know they're coming from this area. They're even getting pinged up. They're going to be coming your C step, so I like you holding this angle here. You poke out, you see one. Get some good shots into him. I'm happy with that. Oh, and then one pushes up. So what I'm doing here is I'm holding his steps, right? You see him turn the corner. You have a Bulldog. Just switch to the Bulldog and gun him. That's really all you got to do here. So my thought process here when I'm holding oddball is I look at how many teammates I have up, right? I only have 3 teammates. And again, I would be using the kill feed to see whether we have the advantage or not, because that's how you can tell quickly how many teammates up, how many enemies up, things like that. If I think we have a good advantage, I'm probably just going to nestle in up here top balk and just chill and let my teammates kind of do some of the work. I'll look around and get some info from top balk as it comes and maybe ping something up, but I'm not going to be as worried here, right? But if we don't have the advantage, like say they're 4 up and we have one teammate dead, I'm very much going to be in a spot where I can chuck this oddball out and shoot my gun if I have to and be very ready to take the fights. It's kind of like it's like the DEF CON system. Like how much panic should there be while I'm holding this oddball? And I'm going to dictate that by way of the kill feed and where my teammates kind of choose to set up here. Instead, now you're picking up, you're taking damage. And I don't like that play at all. I don't like that play at all. Even if this is the only enemy, I'm not just flying out to take this gunfight, right? You have teammate help from a different angle, so you flying out doesn't have to happen. All it does is make you a free kill. I'll be honest with you. You should keep jiggle peeking this. And more importantly, you drop the oddball there. So why are you dropping the oddball and then flying away from the oddball, right? If you're going to take this fight, stay on the oddball. And then when I see that I'm taking damage, I'm going to go, oh no, this isn't good. I'm going to back up, pick up that oddball, and chuck it out C steps to get it to a less favorable spot for them. And I'm going to fight here. You have a shroud screen. You have a grenade. You could make some magic happen. You could even use the shroud screen to get away with the oddball if you really want to get on your high horse here and get away from it. Not everything has to be a fight to the death is kind of what I'm alluding to here. And you're getting tunnel vision on the oddball here, and you're just flying at him. You are just flying at him. Putting in some damage. You meet another one. I don't hate this. You're very much doing a good job articulating this gunfight, right? I don't have a doubt in my mind that you can win a 1v2 in these lobbies, right? But just be very careful just running in like you were the only man on the team, right? You have that tunnel vision, right? And you're just flying at this thing. You are flying. As you start to rank up and get in the higher lobbies, you are going to be punished heavily for this, right? You want to be pushing with your team and be very careful, but I understand it can be very, like, clustery, and once you get this, like, opening, you kind of just take it, and it works out really good here. Again, you do a great job getting this double kill. I really like that. But just be mindful about when you're pushing and where you're pushing, and just try not to do it too solo. So you do a good job getting this oddball, and you bring it back towards your teammate. This is great. You guys have C control right now. Get there. Just avoid those grenades, and then just chill. And again, you're literally just flying through mid here, right? You just had a teammate die on ATM. There could be an enemy anywhere around here. You're just flying through the middle of the map. This is very, very cheeky, very dangerous. But hey, if it's working, it's working. And again, you threw both your grenades in the same exact spot. I'm probably putting one grenade in just to do a little bit of damage. You don't have to go for the grenade kill because you should very much save that grenade. I'm willing to bet we're going to have an instance here where you're going to wish you had a grenade. And you have a teammate here now. I wish you would have pushed in faster, though, right? You're taking, like, once you get up here, you don't have to worry about that damage because you can very much go up and take that fight here, right? Instead, you back up. You make your teammate nervous. So he backs up. And now you guys, like, aren't even pushing together. And now you decide to get in here. Good job using the shroud screen. I like that. And see, if you had that second grenade, you could have bounced it right here, right to the back tram, and you could have had a potential double kill right here. Easy peasy. But I like the use of the shroud screen here to back up. Oh, and then see again, you just want to push in and get those kills. I very much think you're like, I need to kill everybody on the map is kind of what you're thinking through. You have to be a little bit more careful. Like, you did a good job using that shroud screen, but you're still one shot here, right? And then you do the same thing you did earlier. You just fly right out in the open. I hate to see it. I really do not ever want to see that. Now, right here, when you turn your head, the moment you see your teammates coming from the other side, in my head, I'm like, pinch. It is time to pinch this enemy here, right? Because he thinks B is safe. B is very much not safe. So I'm going to do my best to just keep my life preserved here because you are the deciding factor in this pinch. If you die, there is no pinch. It's just a 3v4. So you very much have to live here, and you are gifted with an enemy not even looking at you. I probably don't even shoot this enemy. I probably let him jump out, and then I sneak up on him, right? Regardless, you get really good damage. Oh, see, okay, you had one wrapping on you. You probably heard the footsteps, which is very good there. Because, see, now this enemy doesn't know what to do. They're trying to come back. You guys get these kills, you get a free camo out in the middle of the map. Fantastic. Shift to camo. Perfect. You should be able to grab this camo and get right out of there. Oh, you kind of choose to stop and fight. But you secure the camo anyways. That's all right. Let's see what you're able to do with this camo here. And you're very much just chilling B steps. And now you make a move here, right? Oh, you miss a melee. Oh, man. Okay, good job getting out of there. So with camo here, camo allows you to take cheeky angles that you really couldn't take if you didn't have camo, right? So taking these like tight corners here, this isn't really how you want to play camo because honestly, when it's right in front of you, it's pretty easy to see camo and all they have to do is throw up a melee or something on you here, right? And even though you're regenning, like, feel free to jump up planters or something. Like, they're not going to be really looking for you up there. They're going to be more worried about everybody else. You unfortunately miss another melee there. And you just keep going right back to the corner. Like, you have the power up here. Don't be scared to, like, go out. Like, yes, maybe they see you, but you're still going to be a tough target to hit, right? So don't be afraid to, like, jump up and get that information. And now you're just you're beelining right towards the oddball with the camo. So right here, perfect oddball setup. You have oddball, and then you have your three other teammates kind of spread out, eating up angles here, right? You're not really eating up any angles. If I'm you, I'm probably hiding in this B steps area, right? A lot of pillars. I can go into tires, and I'm ready to catch anybody off guard here. Instead, you're kind of just sitting here. You're checking PD door. I'm not sure why. And they're actually all coming up B steps because you're not eating this angle. Teammates going to arcade thinking, oh, maybe they're coming from this way. And you guys just let them all come right up from B steps. So I'm interested to see how this shakes out here. Here they are, B steps. You do a good job getting that kill, but you get traded almost instantly. Other teammate dies. Other teammate dies. Teammate picks up the ball now. He needs to get this ball out to somewhere not favorable for the enemy. And you spawn up PD. He actually dies as well. And now the enemy gets the oddball. And it looks like they're going to get some big time here. Now, they have 72 seconds. You don't have to panic. Time for a good break here, right? Get the break, get the round win. You're putting in some shots there. That's okay. Oh, and an enemy runs right up B steps because you're not taking in everything on the map. You can't really see much from here, and you're kind of tunnel visioning on this guy up top. I'll tell you what, I hate fighting balcony. I hate it. I hate fighting balcony. I would rather just take a different angle and just get in there rather than taking pot shots across the map because it's more often than not things like that happen. And now they're at 90 seconds. You guys got to fly in there and get that ball. Don't even worry about the B steps. Oh, you got to fight for map advantage here. You can't be picking up this oddball. There could still be enemies back here, see? It looks like you guys are good. Again, I can't see the kill feed, so I really don't know how safe it is. Looks like you guys should be able to get this round win, though. And again, hold the oddball somewhere where you can get info. You're looking at walls here. You're getting zero information. And there you go. They run right in, free kill. And if they secure the rest of these kills, they're probably going to get the oddball. Yep, there you have it. Teammate's dead. And there's the round loss for the game. If you would have just held this oddball up on C steps here, you could have played this out, and you would have just thrown your body at it for 3 seconds. You guys could have easily won this round here. Instead, you hold it here. You drop the ball in an unfavorable spot, and it leads to a round loss. So something I've told you throughout this entire VOD review actually leads to you losing the second round here. So to summarize here, there's actually a lot of things that I want you to work on. First off, use your teammates' positioning to anticipate where the enemies are coming from, right? You don't have to always be like, okay, I think they're coming B steps. I'm going to stare at B steps. Just be proactive and try to, okay, we're on A side, they're on C side. So I know they're coming generally from one of these 3 lanes, right? So shift around, try to get information, and just be generally ready for where they could be coming from, and just keep the enemies in front of you on one side of the map. Second thing, be careful how you play your objective, be it, do we have the advantage and should I be the one to grab the oddball? If I am, where am I holding this oddball? What am I going to do with this oddball if things get hot and bothered, right? All of these things have to be going through your head, and just be sure to keep getting information. If you're one shot, if you're holding the objective, right? Just because you're holding the oddball doesn't mean that my only job is to hold this oddball. You can get info. You can drop the oddball and fight. You can throw the oddball out because you think the danger is coming. Anything of the sort. All of those things kind of have to be going through your head all at once. But most importantly, use your kill feed. Look at what equipment you have and just kind of use everything to your advantage. You definitely showed that you know how to maneuver your way through a gunfight. So just eliminate that like sitting in corner instance. Eliminate that just throwing both grenades in the same place. And you'll kind of start to see it all come together as you kind of do that and think about everything going on. I definitely focus on working on one thing at a time. Don't try to just manipulate everything all together. But just work with your team. You know, very much in this VOD review, you were very much flying out like you were the only man on the map, and that is never the case. Always work with your team. Make sure they're all 4 up and you're ready to go, and try to push together and time it as good as you can. And I think those are the biggest tips I have for you, my friend. This was super long. I recorded literally 47 minutes for you. I'm going to have to cut out a lot because it's late. I'm tired, and I know I did a little bit of rambling, but it's very hard when there's like so much different stuff to go over, but that's kind of good, and that's why we VOD review. So, Coded, I hope you found this helpful. Everybody else, subscribe, like, comment, and of course channel memberships and super thanks. I do these for free, but if you'd like to support monetarily in those ways, it helps you out a lot as a content creator. And if you would like to submit a VOD review of your own, guys, link in the description. Join the Discord. There is a VOD submissions channel in the Discord. There you can link some gameplay, and I will get to it. I have one more VOD review before I am all caught up, and then I'll be looking for more to take for some content. So alrighty, guys, I'm exhausted. That was a lot of recording. It's like 90 degrees in here, but I appreciate all of the support, guys. Stay happy, stay healthy, and stay tuned for the next video.